Hey there, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. Welcome to your reading for January 9th through the 15th. You have some really interesting messages that have already come through for you. The overall energy you had was the card of Lavender, surround yourself with love, and Clover, release your guilt. And so look at this fire burning up this guilt too, which is so cool. You guys have Chiron in your sign. He's sitting at around 12 degrees. He's very slow moving, but he is moving direct. And so he's really encouraging you to release guilt and to allow your inner child out to play and to heal those kinds of issues. Mars this week, which rules your sign, is about to station direct on the 12th and start moving forward on the 13th. He's at 8 degrees and he's going to catch up very quickly, like by the first week of February, with this Chiron energy. And Jupiter, which is already in your sign that wants to expand your good luck and your good fortune, is also that first week of February going to be in conjunction with Chiron. And so there is going to be a point, I think, where all three of them are going to be conjunct, but I couldn't identify easily what it was. But it's right around the 6th. So here's what's interesting is this happens after we get that new moon in Aquarius that's coming up next week. And so there's a lot of energy around things that are moving forward in a way that is very, very beneficial for you, for healing. Lots of healing energy coming in. And so using this week, while it's still kind of slow, still kind of the energy's slow, things really pick up next week, especially after Mercury moves direct. So Mars, also in Gemini, is in the degree of choice. So you can choose to release and then surround yourself with your love. And this is self-love, but also inviting others in. I do see that this is an opportunity for you to communicate with somebody else once Mercury goes direct, and to communicate with somebody about how you feel about them and the situation in a way that would be good. I would not recommend having those conversations until after that new moon on the 21st, okay? So that you give time for Mercury to start moving forward again, so that it does not create a, oh wow, look what your overall energy is. It's a healing. You don't want it to create more dissension or confusion. So this is a healing process that's going to start first within you. All right. So first within you, you say, okay, I don't get everything right. That's okay. I'm human. And I say that gets easy. It's not. Okay. That is the most important healing step that you do, is when you recognize you also make mistakes. You don't get everything right. And that is okay, because that's what we came here to do, is to learn and grow. And when you can have compassion for yourself, and you can have understanding for yourself, and when you can love yourself and accept yourself fully for who you are, which is a spirit in human form, having a human experience, when you can do that, trust me, it becomes so much easier to give over it with everybody else. Really so much easier. We're the biggest hurdle. Our own acceptance and love of ourselves is our biggest hurdle. Once we do that, everything seems to just start falling into place. And so that is the big opportunity that you have over the course of the next few years. While Chiron finishes its cycle in your sign, the North Node moves into your sign, you have all this supportive energy. Jupiter's there right now. So much energy to really allow yourself to fully embrace all of who you are and love who you are. And so that is the most important thing you do. So this healing energy begins with you, for you, okay? And then after that, because especially when it says burn guilt up, like, that is you. That is you forgiving yourself for, like, being, a person and doing person things. And then the conversations with others. The I'm sorry, or sometimes when we say to somebody, I forgive you, when they haven't gotten to the place yet where they think they did anything wrong, is not beneficial. So sometimes it just has to happen within your own package of who you are. All right, so let's look at this. The key to the situation is the wishing well. So this week, really allow yourself to envision what it would look like to be healed and whole, and to have love and joy in your heart. Because when you do that and you start allowing yourself to really believe in this, and you have so much reason to hope, every card on here is saying to have hope. Every single card, you have a beautiful reading that is about hopes and dreams and wishes. And if you want them fulfilled, when you have Jupiter in your sign, that's what, I mean, come on. That is so beautiful. So this is such great energy that is working for you. Here you have been looking to receive. We have both divine feminine energies in here. And this one is in what is it you're trying to do? Well, here you're trying to receive from others. I need others to give to me. And in the area of the action to take, you have the other divine feminine that says, I don't need anybody to give crap to me. I can give it to myself. So this isn't about you getting it from anybody else. This is about you giving it to you. You give yourself the love. You give yourself the care. You give yourself the nurturing. And that other people didn't do it or weren't able or whatever, that's their journey. And yes, it impacted your journey. But now it is about you taking accountability and responsibility for your own life and your own experience by you saying, okay, but I can do this for myself. I can love myself. I can see myself for who I am, a spark of the divine, just hanging out here having a human experience. And so I think that because the challenge here in this community card of the birds, this is also about people getting together, gossiping, talking. Birds of a feather flock together. It might be about also trying to fit in with other people. It's kind of draining your energy. And maybe you just need some quiet time to yourself to have this moment with yourself to really support it. And also like not listening to what everybody else has to say. Because what other people's opinions of me are, it's none of my business. And that's sometimes hard to remember, but I'm getting really good at it. Sometimes I have that moment where I'm like, oh, I'm like, do they don't know what they're talking about. I know who I am and I know what my motivations are and I know what it was I did and why. So they don't really have all the information. So their opinion is invalid because they don't have access to all the information, not because they're a bad person or they're mean, and all those things could be true. But ultimately it comes down to they don't know me the way I know me, and I know me, and I didn't mean to do that in a way that would harm anybody. And so then I just move on. And that is an exercise that I have practiced a lot over the last decade, and it's something that I believe that has totally changed my life. And so it's an opportunity for you to, if you're not already on that journey, to get on that journey. I don't think it'll take you a decade. The energy is speeding up. I think it can get done a lot faster, particularly with Jupiter, the North Node coming in, all these things, and Chiron there doing this healing. You have a really great opportunity to move this thing through a little bit faster. In the area of what's been a struggle for you, it's the harvesting, it's the cutting out, it's the letting go, it's the releasing the guilt. That's what's been so difficult. So go ahead and give yourself the gift of a new year with a clean slate, a new opportunity to just truly love and appreciate who you are and what it is that you want to do for yourself and how it is that you want to move forward in this world and not worry about what other people say and do. Because in the area of how do you transform your life, we have the card of the sun. This is you letting yourself shine. And so it's like polishing up, getting the grime off, cleaning it off. What they're showing me is like they're actually showing me like a lighthouse, and you cleaning all of the dirt off of the big old lights that shine out there. And so how do you do that? You release the guilt. You just say, I don't need to carry this added burden in my life. It's not mine to carry. I'm letting it go. And in the area of resources, you have the dog. And this is the dog wants to go out and play. And so to increase resources in your life, financially, emotionally, physically, mentally, whatever, you need a little more fun. You need a little more fun. Surround yourself with people you love. This is a great week, especially Friday. Friday has such great, hey, let's go out to the bar and meet up energy. And so it is like bar night. I know it's Friday the 13th, but it's bar night in the U.S. if you ask me. This is such great energy to get together and catch up with your friends and just have a good time. So if you're looking for an opportunity to do that, I would pick that. Saturday's pretty good energy too, but it starts to get a little dicey toward the middle of the day, and so not a great date night, and not a great bar night. Friday night is though. In the area of the heart space, you have the compass. You're being encouraged to follow your heart. And I want to say to fall in love with your heart. Fall in love with who you are. The energy to anchor yourself down into, we have the moon which is about the cycles. Okay, this moon is really emphasizing the cyclical nature of how everything moves in cycles. So full moon that we just had on the 6th was about letting stuff go. So here's your opportunity to let stuff go, especially around things around the home. If you're an Aries rising, Cancer is your 4th house of home and nurturing. But in general, Cancer full moon is about nurturing and letting go of issues around the mother in the home, and not having, not placing enough value on ourselves, but loving and nurturing ourselves and letting go of the things that keep us from that. And you have the Star card, which is about the hope and the clarity. But look, it also looks like a compass, and it has the wheel of the zodiac on it. And so again, we're talking about cycles. And you are in a cycle now where you're being encouraged to release and let go of the things that are holding you back. And it's been a bit of a struggle, but you can choose to do that. You can choose to step into your self-confidence, and your self-love, and your self-awareness of really how magical you are, and start having fun again. Really encourage you to start having fun. So when you start having fun, that raises your vibrational level. When you raise your vibrational level, you get higher vibrational level opportunities, whether you're looking for more income, or you're looking for a better job opportunity, or you're looking for a better place to live, or whatever you're trying to draw and attract into your life. The higher your vibrational energy, the universe matches that energy so that it is the right energy for you. And so dream big, wish big. Really put your energy into figuring out what it is that you want to do. All right, so this week, confidence. I actually wrote confidence is an attractive force, and you literally have the card of confidence being an attractive force as the action to take. So can't encourage that enough, that you step out of the shadows into who you are and truly love who you are. And I also want to remind you that you did not waste time, lose time, or that was a drag on me, or there was a lesson, an opportunity for growth. And so this card that we have coming up here for the middle of the week, well, let me do the first one here. For the moon in Virgo on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have the card of strength, the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges. You are being given the strength to do this, but this is a year where you have to do the work. Nothing gets handed to us this year. That being said, if we put in the effort, we will see the return. Okay, so you have to get up every day and do something towards your goals. And right now it looks like the healing process is the first step. So do that. Like, work on the healing. Other steps will show themselves to you. Okay, so the power of kindness and forgiveness. The power of kindness and forgiveness. And then it says the time to embrace how wonderful you are. Spirit wants you to see yourself for who you are. See yourself as Spirit sees you. Magnificent and beautiful and capable and loved and loving and lovable. They just said and lovable. That's so sweet. Okay, then the moon is going to be in Libra on Friday and Saturday. And we have the card of the vulture. Okay, which might freak you out a little. But here's the thing. To me, vultures represent the wake, the letting go of, the releasing of, letting things go. Also, vultures don't let things go to waste. So, in this experience of releasing and letting things go, there's a gift in learning how strong and resilient you are. There's that. I also want to say, watch out for the vultures, because we have this birds in a not a great position. So people who don't get you, whatever, walk away from them. They're not worth your time. But the vultures are very much an animal that cleans up their environment. So this cleans up the environment. So this is a great energy to be reorganizing things and letting go of things you don't need, but don't just throw them out, because the vulture doesn't want you to just throw things out. So what can you donate? Who can you give to somebody that could use it? What can you recycle? So in the process of reorganizing and streamlining your life, because when you do that in the physical, you also do that in the emotional and the mental. It changes all of the energy. So pick a drawer, pick a closet, pick a room, do something, but in the act of doing it, make sure that you are salvaging whatever you can for somebody else. Don't hang on to it. You don't need that energy anymore, but somebody else could probably benefit from it. And that's what the vulture is really asking you to do. So on Saturday, with that moon in Libra, that's a good time for you to go ahead and hit those donation spots and drop stuff off. And spend a little time this week, figuring out what it is that you're going to release and let go of and clear out space. So we have the moon moving into Scorpio on Sunday. And the moon in Scorpio, I actually wrote practice patience and compassion for yourself and others, which is totally what Spirit is talking about here. But you have the Lady of Lightning, surprises, sometimes a shock, and a total paradigm shift. Two things coming to mind. And Venus is going to square Uranus and Taurus, which always makes me think about lightning. That's sudden downloads and insights. That's on Saturday, and on Sunday we have the moon squaring with Pluto, which is definitely, I think that in the overnight hours you wake up and you're like, you know what, I actually am done with that. And it could be that over the weekend while you are out and about with your friends and somebody says something to you and you're like, that is such crap, I just don't need this person or this group anymore, and you empower yourself and you walk away from it, it changes your perspective. So that is something that could totally happen this week. Trust yourself and trust what you feel. It's really important. All right, Aries, I hope that was helpful for you. Be on the lookout for the, if you didn't see the full moon video, I would check that out. That was last week. This week I did videos for success. And yours will be out. Let's see, your fire sign. So yours will be out on Tuesday. So be looking for that. You guys take really good care. I'm on Facebook every day. And I am wishing you the joy of feeling healed and whole. But it's work you have to do for yourself. All right? I'll talk to you soon.